Traditional Zen practice, in its most effective form, is not a philosophy to admire from a distance, nor a lifestyle brand for the spiritually curious. Ultimately, it is an activity, the embodiment of the pursuit of stillness. Most importantly, it is manifested through direct engagement with a living, breathing, enlightened teacher. But what if such a teacher isn't available? What becomes of the sincere seeker who lacks access to a functioning Zen lineage or teacher who can transmit the Dharma beyond words? While nothing can substitute the catalytic presence of a realized guide, there is a viable alternative, though not an easy one. In the absence of a living, breathing, enlightened teacher, seekers can return to the original blueprints, Buddhist sutras and Zen texts. But importantly, these are not passive reads. They must be treated as living encounters, philosophical hand grenades meant to disrupt the ordinary mind and ignite insight. To treat these texts not as doctrine, but as koan, riddles to wrestle with, is to engage them in a truly Zen spirit. They demand repeated reflection, not intellectual agreement. They are there to undo you, not to simply make you more clever. And they can, if approached as a collective teaching, begin to point the way toward the very insight that traditional Zen practice cultivates. Here are 9 powerful texts, Buddhist sutras and foundational Zen writings, that can serve as both a framework and engagement to the serious seeker. Let's first look at 6 traditional Buddhist texts. First, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, setting in motion the wheel of the Dhamma. This is the Buddha's first discourse, and the proof that what the Buddha attained could in fact be taught to others. Next, the Anattalakkhana Sutta, characteristics of the not-self, the Buddha's second discourse, and a dive into the fundamental notion of self. Third, the Sakunagi Sutta, the hawk, the Buddha essentially expounding on the notion of sensual desire, one of the 3 types of attachment that he identified in his first discourse. Next, the Anupada Sutta, one step after the other, a play-by-play of the disciple Sariputta's solitary efforts at understanding. Fifth, the Vajrakadika Prajnaparamita, the Diamond Sutra. From 30,000 feet, we can observe the essence of walking the Buddhist path. And last, the Angulimala Sutra, Garland of Fingers, the perfect allegory of control, and ultimately of letting go. Next, let's consider 3 traditional Zen texts. First, Verses on the Faith Mind, by the 3rd Zen patriarch Chinchi Seng-tsan. A lot to unpack, all with the underlying theme of choice. Next, the Platform Sutra of the 6th Zen Patriarch, a collection of encounters over the many years of Huineng's teaching. And finally, Dogen's Genja Koan, originally a letter of both explanation and encouragement, is replete with metaphor to be unpacked and understood. So these suggestions should more than just get you started. Each of these works invites not passive study, but required engagement. If there is no true Zen teacher to press you toward awakening, let your intense desire to unravel the texts do the pressing. Let it challenge your assumptions, expose your attachments, and expand your understanding of awareness. In the end, the real alternative to traditional Zen practice may not be something totally different, but simply the application of Zen skepticism to the study of traditional Zen and Buddhist texts. With optimism, with persistent skepticism, and with the willingness to be undone, even a solitary practitioner can walk a Zen-like path.